Isn't it great to argue with everybody, especially your friends? Yeah. Well, I was gonna do this earlier, so I didn't have to. Oh, these clouds are going fast. Always too much to say. You can't see it. Well, you know what's funny? I think I mentioned this before that I actually I took radio in high school and in college and television production, filmmaking, you name it. And I have the crappiest camera I can find, and like this pretty much the shittiest mic you could buy. Um, Almost, but on purpose. Ooh, see, and like and a and a desk here, clamped down on rollers, so I can just move around. I could steer my studio. Look at that. Look, like a bus driver. Um, so yeah, I know everybody. It's like you're trying too hard, bro. That's what I feel like with all these guys, and they got their rooms. They convert their little garage or closet into like some big podcast center with some flags and swag and coffee beans and action figures, and they flay it all out, and they just try to build this like little bunker and get the pro mics and everything, and they think they know a thing about radio and how to even present themselves, and they just it's like I'm the only person on YouTube that I've seen, and I'm not saying that it's just as a fact, but that actually has a real background. Like those are real clouds. That's a real building and shit. That's the Freedom Tower, bro. That's American freedom right there. See those clouds? Look, if I just go away for a second, those are real clouds. That's a real background. That's my phone farting. That's real, bro. So that's the difference between me and everyone else. That this is real. Um, yeah, I've just been. I mentioned that I've been triggered all week, and then I'm just trying to like do other stuff and trying to just put the final kibosh on an ex-girlfriend who I've been doing a bunch of stuff. I've been my art I feel like is steadily improving, and I'm really pushing some decent ideas and really trying to evolve quickly. Um, and basically, I've been trying to change. She hasn't changed. She says she changed, and then she still acts the same way. So there's a bitch. So you know what? I'm just done with her, and I'm just trying to give her, the final like, screw you and goodbye. And it's been just a pain because I've had my ups and downs. Definitely, you've seen it, but there's an effort, and I put forth the effort, and there's a visual cue. You could see the evolution and devolution of all this, but the effort is there, and it's not an A for effort. It's not. I don't need a gold star on my nose, but there is a mode. There's a direction, and then the people are like, oh yeah, I changed too. I haven't talked to you in a while. Me too, and then they. So I'm calling her out, calling her a liar. And this is a artist, famous, blah blah blah, who intentionally held back my career on purpose. Who told me that was her plan? Basically, because one of her friends killed themselves because he wasn't making art sales, and another one who was an ex-boyfriend who felt like she was screwed out of money. So either I'm either I'm one of those two guys. I can't be my own guy. I got to be either one of those two guys or somewhere in the middle. But I can't just be totally not one of those guys completely. So her feeling that money or any sort of fame would ruin me. Good. Let it ruin me. I'd be more than happy to be ruined by money and fame. Please. With sugar on top, with sprinkles and cherries. My God, these people, and this is how the world operates. It's like people do, and these relationships with just people in general, they're out to get you. Do you think that people are not out to get you? Yes, they are. Do you have any friends? No. No, you don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. We are all friendless. And don't think that you do, because friends and family, as long as you don't do too much better than them, they will, if you get a new job or maybe, a nicer car, it's within the parentheses of like what they will accept in terms of prosperity. But don't go too far. Don't stray, because then, oh no, oh, that guy, that. That's exactly how it is. And don't tell me it's not. And it's just like, and my closest friends that I have, they have nothing to do with art. They have not. I still argue with them all the time, but it's at least it's more like arguing with like a 9-year-old kid brother. It's sticks and stones, but it's not like being close with people who are deliberately sabotaging what you can do and what you can accomplish. And that's terrible, because I guess, whatever, she had her life lessons and experiences, which fine, I acknowledge, but that's more or less that's for her to apply to herself, and she could give me some wisdom here and there, but I'm on my own path. I don't need someone telling me what I can and cannot have. And it's had an effect on me, because there's this whole I'm just trying not to mention too many names, but there is this kind of like worldwide traveling street art show that she is in and her ex-boyfriend's in. Lord forbid, and she knows I've had dinner with the guy who runs it. We've had dinner a couple of times. She's good friends with this guy. It's her agent, and he, but she specifically does not want that connect, because why have two ex-boyfriends in a roving art show? She could tolerate one, not two. So it's just like, great, So here is an opportunity that was just closed out to me by having a direct relationship with the people that are ultimately involved. So if I would have just been on the outside and coming in without having all this, messy sort of sticky relationship stuff, everything probably would have been much more prosperous for me. But I'm out of it, because whatever, you understand what I'm trying to say. Not going to repeat myself, but yeah. So that stinks, to be held back from opportunity, to not get it because of somebody else's reasons. And I'm not saying those reasons are not invalid, but I need my nut. Sorry, I have to eat. I like nice things. I don't like wearing rags. I don't like turning every single pair of jeans and t-shirt into art clothes covered in soot and paint and dirt. And I want to look presentable. I have a right. I have a right to the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of success. I guess the only difference is that it wasn't any secrets. It wasn't like a secret sabotage. It wasn't someone going out in the middle of the night and like taking the hubcaps off my car. It was someone that really, and then it's my own fault, and it's and I understand, like, with whatever drinking and other things I've had, you're just catching me at my weakest, and you're catching me with my weakness. And it's kind of just roll over, because it's one of those situations. Well, it's like, well, no one else wants to hang out, so I might as well hang out with these people. Lowest common denominator. And that's been my whole life. That's been pretty much everyone in my life. Has just been the lowest common denominator. I'm the guy who like goes and dredges the ocean. I'm the one that's really, picking up shit from the bottom of the sea. And then I call them my friend. Or I call them my girlfriend. Well, my family too. Just like the dregs and dredge of culture and society. People of very small minds that just, it's like hanging out with squirrels. Always scared of the world. I don't know. They're just not good people. Those clouds are moving so fast. It's so fun. Look at that. What's the moral of the story? You got no friends. You got no family. You got to chuck it out on your own and carve your own path through this jungle. Maybe there'll be people there, maybe there won't, but at least they'll be yours. And then you don't feel like you have to owe anyone, and you don't have to feel like a jerk at the end of the day. Yeah.